Hello, welcome to CSC Sports. I'm your host, Jay Howard, and today I want to pose the question, who is your MVP? I have four people on the list that I want to go through, and I want you to tell me out of the four, who is your MVP? Let's get started. The first person on the list is Tony Parker. This season, Tony Parker is averaging 21 points, 3.1 rebounds, 7.6 assists, and he's shooting 53.3% from the field. Second on the list is Kevin Durant. He's averaging 28.6 points per game, 7.8 rebounds, 4.6 assists, and he's shooting 50.9% from the field. Third on the list is King James. 27 points per game, 8.2 rebounds, 7.2 assists, a whopping 56.3 from the field. And last on the list is Carmelo Anthony. 28.2 points per game, 6.2 rebounds, 2.8 assists, 44.1% from the field. Let's get started. Out of the four, and when I pose the question out of the four, who is your MVP? My MVP will be Tony Parker. The reason I'm going to take Tony Parker as my MVP is because I look at the San Antonio Spurs, the accomplishments over the last 3 years, the standout play of Tony Parker with navigating and carrying that team through the injuries of Manu Ginobili and Tim Duncan. When you look at the big three, that big three has a lot of miles on them, but they're still serviceable because they're savvy and they know the game of basketball and they're well coached by Pop. But it stretches throughout the season where the big three is not all together. And mainly out of the big three, the warrior is Tony Parker. Tony Parker has had a 50-point playoff game. He has nights where he has like 30 points and 12, 13 assists. He does everything the superstars in the game do at point guard. He does the same thing Chris Paul does, Darren Williams, however you pronounce his name, Rondo, Derrick Rose, you name it, Tony Parker can do it, and he doesn't get the credit he deserves. When I look at Tony Parker, I think Tony Parker deserves it because he's a true definition of an MVP. He is. He's a true definition of that. Let's run through the other guys, like LeBron James. LeBron James has won it several times already. LeBron James is carrying the Miami Heat. He has took them to the finals twice. He has beaten Kevin Durant to prove, and Kevin Durant has been leading the league in scoring. LeBron James has beaten him several times to let him know, this is my league. I own you. This is my league. You have to go through me to win a championship. LeBron James is getting better every year. Look at his percentage from the field, 56.3. LeBron James has a post-up game now. LeBron James can be a chameleon. He can be whoever you want him to be out there. He can turn into a point guard. He can turn into a power forward. He can turn into a small forward, a two-guard, whatever. LeBron James is like one of the greatest players of all time. He's a multi-threat out there, you know what I mean? And this season, he has improved. So you really can't, take anything away from him. By default, every year before the season starts, if you ask yourself who's the MVP, you're going to say LeBron James. I'm going to move over to Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant leading the league in scoring. He's finally starting to rebound the ball and defend a little bit better. But I think the one thing that lingers over his head is that we know that LeBron James is better than him. LeBron James is doing the same thing, and you will want Kevin Durant to play more like LeBron James. You know what I mean? And when you look at it, that's not Kevin Durant's game, but LeBron James being 6'8" and doing all the things he's doing, it kind of makes anybody that's 6'8" that scores a lot and you're big and you have some freakism in you where you can do multiple things. You can dribble like a guard and shoot like a two guard, but you're damn near 7 feet tall. LeBron James say, if you can do all those things, let it translate in your game every night. And it doesn't translate every night with Kevin Durant. Let's move over to Carmelo Anthony. Same thing. Carmelo Anthony can easily be the best player in basketball, but he's not a defender. Yes, he has transformed the New York Knicks. They're a better team this year. They started off real good. They beat a lot of good teams, and they have beaten LeBron James this year. But Carmelo Anthony is a one-dimensional player. He's a guy that can score a lot of points, but he's not going to defend. And he's really not a guy that makes everybody else around him better. You know what I mean? So when you look at that, it's like those are some of the things that hurt those other players. Now, I want to throw in one more thing before I close out on this episode. I didn't mention Kobe Bryant because I know for a fact Kobe Bryant is not going to get the MVP. And I just hate to say this. The disarray of the Lakers this year has caused him not to be on this list. Not taking away from his season. Kobe has had a phenomenal season this year. He's done some phenomenal things. But I think the focus will be more on those 4 guys more than the Kobe Bryant. So to close out on this episode, I will tell you that I think that Tony Parker should be the MVP. This is my MVP. Remember, who is your MVP is the title of the episode. Now, who we want or who we say in this video with your comments doesn't mean that's who's going to win. So don't get too confused. This is more like fantasy. Who is your MVP? So till next time, I'm your boy Jay Howard from CSC Sports. You also can tweet me. That's right, I'm on Twitter at Jay Howard TV. That's at Jay Howard, JAY Howard.TV. Till next time, peace, and I'm out.